Well, hello, budding masters of the web, and welcome to this latest video. In this video, we're going to look mainly at NPM because that's the actual tool we need. It's part of Node.js, and Node.js is a runtime for JavaScript, and we'll discuss that more much later. But NPM allows you to install various JavaScript items onto your system and to share JavaScript items. So that's what we're interested in today. So let's have a look. So first of all, we need to go to nodejs.org, and you can either download Node.js from the downloader. Here you can see it's just coming in and that way, or something which is much quicker, you can actually install it from the package manager. So that's what we will do today. Okay, so sudo apt-get install Node.js. You'll notice I've already done the update to make sure that there's no new packages that are required. So let's start. Okay, here we go. Press Y and Node.js should be installed. Now NPM is part of the Node.js system and is required for that. Okay, so this will take a moment or two. It's very quick. Let's say Node.js is something that's going to become much more important in the future. At the present time, PHP is probably the most important programming language for the web, simply because there are so many sites written in PHP, and it's lasted for a long time. The only real problem is that PHP is, how can I put this? It's a bit of an untidy language, but because so many people use it, you do have to know it. Python is a language which is up and coming, and that's going to become much more important because it can be used both server-side and on the workstation. Excellent language. And Node.js, I think, is going to become very important server-side. People have kept away from JavaScript because of the problems in it before, but it has matured and it is now much better. Oops, so we don't have an NPM on our system. So let's go back and see if we can install NPM as well. So press Y and in we go. Okay, as you can see, it's installing a lot more of the Node.js items. NPM is the package manager for Node.js. That's what it does, but it's also dependency manager as well. So it does two basic jobs, which allows you to keep your JavaScript, server-side JavaScript programs up to date and things like that. And we will be using it for a number of our programs, especially for things like SAS, and which is a CSS compiler, rather than using Ruby, because Ruby, I think, has, in my own opinion, and people will disagree with this, Ruby is something that became prominent and then has died, unfortunately, for various reasons. Never mind, that's how things go. Certain languages have sort of remained, and certain languages come to the fore and died. For example, C++. That's going to remain. I don't think it will go away ever, because it's very important in writing the low-level software that's required to drive the underlying aspects of computers. So that's going to stay with us. I think PHP, unfortunately, is going to stay with us simply because there's so many sites written on PHP and there's so many people write in PHP. So those are certainly two ones that I think will stay with us. Python, I believe that this will become very important, and the reason I think it's going to become important is, or sorry, the reasons, because there's more than one, is simply because a lot of people coming through school at the moment are learning Python. That's it. They are learning Python at school. And Python is an amazingly flexible language. You can do virtually anything with it. It's really very, very good indeed. So you can use it to run web servers. You can use it to serve information up for people. You can use it on your workstation. You can use it to create AI. You can use it for nearly anything. So I think it's going to become a very, very popular language. And the other one, which I think is, as I say, is Node.js. I think JavaScript has clung on despite having had lots of bad press, and now that it's server-side, available server-side, and especially Node.js, which is an asynchronous runtime, it's very fast, it's very clever, and there's no real problems with locks. Anyhow, let's see. We should have NPM, and we just a quick note on updating NPM. NPM is updated more frequently. It knows how to update itself. So the command is npm install npm at latest, okay, and then -g. You need to run this as sudo, simply because of the location of npm. So you need sudo at the beginning, npm install npm at latest space -g, and press enter. And this will go away. It might take a few minutes just to check. We will just see what it's doing here, and it might take a moment just to check to see what's happening. It's obviously looking at what we have on board already and checking to see if there are any new packages required. Let's have a look. It's got itself just extracting some of the files, and there we go. It's updated one package, and if we just do npm-v, we should have the latest version. Okay, so please remember to like and subscribe. My name's John, and I'll see you next time.